Hey YouTube, Driz here. I'm going to give you the first video on my segment, Altered, Banned, or Never Made. I'm just going to talk about a single card, and I'll give you a brief rundown of how this is going to work. If I choose Never Made, I'm going to go back and give you a history of the card. If I choose Banned, I'm going to say how it's been a problem throughout this format. And if I choose Altered, I'm going to say how it's been a problem through this format, and how a simple change in text or level or attribute type or its stats could have changed all that. But it's got to be a simple change. It's got to be like maybe a word or a sentence, short sentence. Oh, and I did say that I was going to do this weekly. Probably not. I don't have enough good ideas right now. But if I come up with a good idea, I'll go ahead and put another one of these videos up. But anyway guys, let's get started. The card I'm going to talk about today is Dark Arm Dragon. My verdict for Dark Arm Dragon, never made. And here's why, guys. I'm going to start with the history, like I said. So, Dark Arm Dragon came out of Phantom Darkness originally, and you could tell by its price right when it came out of how good it was really going to be. When a card is good and a secret rare, its price is always just insanely high. Look at Polyduality. Polyduality is really good. It's sitting anywhere from 80 to 110 right now, I think. I'll just give you a really broad range. But if you go back to Phantom Darkness when it first came out, Dark Arm Dragon was going anywhere from about $220 to $300, somewhere in that range. So you knew it was going to be pretty broken. The first deck it spawned that was really good was Return Dad. If you weren't around during that, basically the object of Return Dad was to get Dimension Fusion, return from different dimension on the field or in your hand, and have your 3 darks engraved. Bring out Dark Arm Dragon. Remove those darks. They were usually big. Jinzo sometimes. Dark Magician Chaos, that kind of thing. He was legal then. And you basically just pop your opponent's board with Dad, bring all those monsters back. If you couldn't even pop all your opponent's monsters, you could actually use Grepher again, dump even more darks, make sure you pop all their board. There was no Gores during that format, so you had no chance if your opponent comboed off at all. There was no battle failure. There's just nothing that was really playable, other than like Threatening Roar or something, but you might have had Jinzo on board, so it might have not even mattered. So that was pretty terrible format. I'm actually thinking they E-banned some stuff, or E-restricted it, which sounds kind of dumb, but I'm pretty sure they did. I can't remember exactly, I'd have to look that up. But anyway, so the next ban list came around. They sat Dad at 2, and that didn't really help. Telly Dad was around then, and later on Zombie Dad. If you don't know what Telly Dad was, it was basically just malicious Krevons, synchroing like that, and if you had your 3 darks engraved, you brought out Dad behind it. Usually like Stardust, Colossal, Dark Arm Dragon. It was just insanely good. What was even worse about that was Solemn was at 3, so let's say you made a synchro drop of Stardust, your opponent has to Solemn that. Well, if you follow that up with Dad plus another monster, you're going to win. So Dad was a really big problem then too. So then we come to the recent formats where he's been at 1, and while he may not have made any decks called something Dad, he's still insanely good. I can say from experience, I play Black Wings, or I have been for a while now, and every time I open him in my hand, I always want to keep him there because I know he's going to win me the game. I can't think of a game where I've lost when I've had Dark Arm Dragon in my opening hand. I haven't. So, I mean, a card that's that good, just, why does it exist? Why was it ever made? They had to have seen the problems this card would bring. Its summoning requirements aren't that hard to fulfill. Actually, let me go ahead and just talk about the card as a whole now that I've given you a brief history of it. So, it's dark, which means it has a ton of support. but it's called Dark Arm Dragon, so it has to be dark, of course. The exactly 3 darks. I think when it first got released, some people thought, okay, so you can't have any other monsters in your graveyard or anything. But really, it's just as long as you have 3 darks, not 4 darks, not 2 darks. You know, you can bring him out, and he's a special summon. It's stupid. He doesn't waste your normal summon either. And you can remove from play dark monster in your grave, destroy a card on the field. So every time he comes out, he's a 1-for-1. No worse ever than a 1-for-1. More often than not, he's a 2-for-1. Or the 1-for-1 that he generates is a 2,000 life point payment with warning, or possibly a 4,000 with judgment. You know what I'm talking about. You got to get him off board, or he's just gonna wreck your stuff. So why was he even made? I keep coming back to that. Why was he ever made? Because it's not like he came out and then he was just okay, and then Konami made a few cards that made him overpowered, and then he got broken. No. When he came out, he was broken. That's it. He's out now, he's broken. I mean, that's just how it works. Any card that's standalone broken like that should not be in the format, because he just works way too independently. There's really no defense for him other than stopping your opponent from getting 3 darks in grave, but that's just so easy with all the graveyard manipulation in this game, and it's always been in this game. Well, not always, but you get the point. Ever since the game has really taken off, there's been a decent amount of graveyard manipulation in it. So, yeah, that's my verdict. Dark Arm Dragon should have never been made. I'll go ahead and say there could be some alterations in the text that would help it not be as broken. Like, maybe destroy 1 monster on the field, or destroy 1 spell trap instead of 1 card. But still, that would still make him really good. Maybe if you said once per turn, that would help some. But, I mean, he'd still be really good. He wouldn't be broken then. But he's based off of Arm Dragon level 7. So his attack and defense wouldn't get altered. But I just don't think the card should have ever been made. And since he was secret rare, I would seriously doubt they would have dumbed down his text any, because they were looking to make money at that point. In that point of the game, they made all the good cards and money cards. I don't know if you were around then, but just the fact that he was secret rare pretty much already deemed him broken. Usually the secret rares in the set were just insanely good. So again, guys, that's my verdict. Dark Arm Dragon should have never been made. Alright, well, that ends this segment. If you liked the video, subscribe, comment down below. If you didn't like it, comment down below anyway. Tell me what I can do to improve it, or tell me whether this segment is just useless and unneeded. I'm always looking to improve my videos, improve my channels. Trying to cater to the people who are looking at my videos, looking at my channel, because I mean, why else would I be doing this? Because it's definitely not for my own benefit, because I could be doing other stuff like playing Chrono Cross. But anyway, guys, so subscribe, comment down below. That's all for today, I guess. Driz out.